Oh,
Rhonda, I love it. I love it. Massachusetts, Vermont, Texas. Come on, Tennessee. We want you in the house.
Oh, nice. And you cut like stuff for me ahead of time?
California.
Nice. Because I am
in the
not
house.
That's what I get paid for.
Yeah, that's what he gets paid for.
Yeah, I decided to start paying him. So
that's
now,
what he gets paid
now
for.
he does stuff for me.
Well, sometimes. Okay.
Lynn is in Florida.
There's Tennessee. Okay, Deanna. She has to give us a Christmas countdown.
53 days to...
Okay,
well, okay, hold on.
How about we just get through the election first?
So I was going to say
That's my countdown.
6 days and the ads are done. That's what I'm excited about.
Okay, this is off the wall, but it irks me. I'm registered as an independent, so I can make up my own mind
Yes,
when I
I
want
am
to
too.
make up my own mind.
Which is irritating when you do the primaries because then you have to choose.
This year, it is driving me crazy, okay? Non-stop. Okay, I have a 300-foot driveway. Thou shalt not enter. Wrong.
Your dog's not big enough is why.
Oh, they're just...
I know, that's the problem.
But I'm like, I'm done with this. I'm ready. Now I know why my neighbor's got a no trespassing sign at the end of the driveway. I thought it was because he was...
A campaign sign.
I'm gonna go. No solicitations allowed. I am so tired of answering the door and being handed a thing that's gonna go in the rubbish.
Oh, we just get those in the mailbox. Like I had a fire pit the other night.
Well, this is what's cracking me up. They're coming to my door. Who does it anymore?
But my question is, does it work? Does it make a bit of... See, this is my theory.
I'm gonna go away!
Yeah, but here's my theory. My theory is none of this stuff, the mailers, the ads, doesn't make a lick of difference. But the people that are doing it, it's a giant money laundering scheme. So they have to do enough to make it look like they spent their money. Because I bet that mailer that you get, they're probably paying $100 a mailer for that so that there's some huge administrative overhead.
Well,
that's my theory.
boomerang on you, because my new theory was, I said to my husband last night, I am so done. And I'm ripping them all up and I go, see every one of these? No vote. No vote. No vote. If you drop crap off at my house,
yep, see?
No vote.
That's a good way to go.
So don't come knocking.
But I'm just telling you, I think the whole thing is just a money laundering scheme.
Okay, well, anyway, enough of all that move to Tennessee not being done here. I live in the freaking woods. What is...
Because for some reason they think New Hampshire is special for electing for, first in the nation primary.
It's because I'm an independent.
Yeah.
I swear to God,
too.
It's because I'm an independent.
You're independent and you actually go vote. I get the same thing.
I do, and now I'm like, I'm getting crucified.
And I think I'm lucky that they don't come knocking on the door because the neighbor across the street has a really sketchy looking house, so they probably think it's a bad idea to knock doors in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like I was surprised that
I don't want to make my house sketchy just to keep them away. But
no, my neighbor has a sketchy house.
First. Can we do the quiz first?
Let's do the quiz first. Now that we've been totally.
Because I have to get you on track.
Okay.
And then you can get me on track.
I don't have my outline today, so I'm flying blind.
Good, then I'll run this show.
Okay.
Based on last week's show, this is good for a $10 GC.
Okay.
Brent promised to show us what during Workbench today. Dun, 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 I'm very excited about it. What are we going to see on Workbench today? Woohoo! Lynn's in Florida. I thought she came home. Timing!
Yes.
Gene, the winner. Ron is coming in second.
Gene, and we'll give them both. Rhonda and Gene.
Oh my God, you're just too kind.
Oh, we try.
All right, congratulations, $10 GC.
Yes, Danny?
I would like to do a shout out to my bestie whose birthday was on Monday.
Okay. Is that why she's in Florida? Now we know her birthday.
It was Halloween. You didn't know that?
Yeah.
Think of all the information.
And she did a Halloween skit with her dad. Yeah. Oh my God, when I saw his buggy, I'm hoping there was something in there. I'm like, is that really her dad packing like that? Yeah. It was something else. And it was all bedazzled.
That's what she said.
I missed it, and I like...
He went as one of the Kiss characters.
Oh, okay.
And he had this...
A cod piece?
Bedazzled cup thing.
That's a cod piece.
It's a what piece?
A cod piece.
But he didn't turn around for the photos, so I was Lynn, I was anxious to see the backside of your dad. Just saying.
Are you familiar with guar?
No, can we? God, what do I get? See, Danny, you're supposed to keep
If
me
you-
on track.
I would just encourage you at some point to look up some guar.
Okay,
It
sounds like food.
it's a
Like a
very the
Japanese
music
or-
is questionable at best,
Okay,
but the costumes,
are interesting.
yes.
Well,
a bedazzled cod piece is
and I was a little
nothing.
disappointed that I didn't get to see the full length of his tongue because she told me he had a really long tongue and I didn't. The photos didn't show it. So I'm thinking, you're going to show me the crotch. I want to see the butt and the tongue too.
That's what she said.
All right, moving on.
I just want to know how Lynn feels right now because she used to do this to my dad all the time.
Oh
So
my God,
I'm just saying.
it was just,
All right,
it was
we-
not a kid-friendly costume.
We had some
Yes,
fabric
he
come in.
did, Kaya, with very little dress.
I had to order some fabric for Brenda because she's doing a kit and she cut one of the things wrong, so I had to order from Riley Blake, but one bolt. So it doesn't make sense to order one bolt, so I had to order some extra bolts to go with it. And so I got some panels.
Well, that's kind of cute.
I liked it for the car.
Yeah,
I mean, it says Coastal California, and it's kind of a fun little panel.
Oh, no.
The art's cool.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, here's the other one. See, this is what happens when I just randomly start picking fabric to go with stuff I have to order to fill out an order.
Are these
I have no idea what these
friendly bears?
are. I'm not sure. I thought they were bears.
Oh, it's an upside-down bear.
I thought they were bears, but they're under a mushroom, so I don't know if it's either a giant mushroom or tiny bears.
Oh, that's
Well,
well.
I think the one in the middle.
I
is a
think
tree,
these are
but
bears.
also the one on the top right's a
But
mouse.
the side view sort
I
of
don't
looks
know.
like a mouse.
I don't know, but we got some coordinates that go with it too.
You know what it is? It's interracial.
Interracial, interspecies.
Well, we got all.
Because
see
it-
the little
inter-
brown bear has a dark
interracial
money
would
and
be a-
dad, and the
interracial-
dad is a muskrat, and the mother's a bear.
Okay, so
and
that
they had a brown musk bear.
so that would be interspecies, because interracial would just be a white bear and a brown bear. Interspecies would be a muskrat and a bear.
Oh.
And then you can get
I
in,
guess you're right.
and then did you know about like
No.
Pisleys and Growlers?
No. Oh yeah, because they're not all bears.
Have you ever heard
Okay.
of Pisleys and Growlers?
We gotta get our show done tonight.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's
No,
get
Come
no,
on, Danny's gonna.
You can get.
She gets mad at me when we don't stay on task.
But speaking of interspecies bears,
no,
when
don't
a grizzly
speak of them.
when a grizzly gets crossed with a polar bear, you get like a really crazy bear. They exist. Here,
Oh,
this
is
is
the Christmas tree up?
so. This is Alaska.
Oh, yes.
That's cute.
I don't know. I got that for Brenda because she likes Alaska.
Does she?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
Choo-choos,
I
too.
just like the pictures on it too. So that was
Choo-choos. We
good.
must get somebody who's got a choo-choo fetish. Or maybe not a fetish.
Did you get any
likes-
more Christmas placement panels?
I have not gotten any more Christmas placement panels. They were out when I was going to reorder. There might be-
Niagara Falls.
What'd
Yes.
you just call it?
Niagara?
I thought she said
You thought?
Viagra.
Oh my gosh.
You did.
Oh, here's the other thing. Okay, so then here's
I'm
what
seeing
goes
if
with
anybody was even
here's what goes with the
listening. You were.
muskrats and the bears.
Or whatever they are. Oh, there's bunnies and
Yes.
Oh, you know what? It's a raccoon who made love to a bear.
And so then they got like a
See the
yeah.
faces? Oh, but these
Yeah.
are mice.
Yeah.
So it's just it's just everything,
Yeah. Okay, and here's the pièce de résistance, as they say in French.
which I don't do.
This
What the heck is that?
this is fantastic. I had to
You
get
picked
this.
this out, didn't you, Brent?
I had to. It was one of those I'm like picking out fabric just to fill out an order, and I saw this, and I'm like, I have to have that.
Why?
Yeah, why?
With-
'Cause
You
of the
got like
sewing machine?
weird little babies like on a sewing machine.
They're Cupid
In
babies with thimbles and
Yeah, see that one?
naked butts.
Yeah, but that
What
one
is
right
it when
there.
you can't put clothes on your babies?
But that one
Look
right
at,
there.
oh, there's a fanny. There's a fanny right there.
Yeah, but I got it for the one with the thimbles because it looked so happy.
Oh my goodness.
But so that came in.
It's different.
Well,
That's a
we
very
can
nice
use that
way
for
of saying
something.
that,
A
then.
sewing apron, maybe. Yeah, that's interesting, Rhonda.
Yes.
Very different. Bev says it's
That's
different.
that's interesting.
It
That was
is
always
a-
code. Okay, I'm gonna give away.
Can
My,
make those
No,
into our
we know.
PJ
We know.
pants.
That's probably why she said it.
does she know though? Because that's what my mom used to say. People would come in and show like off their quilts, And I'm going to get her in trouble because I'm sure somebody's going to say, Becky once said my quilt was interesting. But
the
mom
other
would,
Becky.
Yeah, my mom, Becky. People would come in and show off quilts, you know. And
Madam Becky.
and then she would be like, well, that's interesting. If she ever said that you had an interesting quilt, because she said that a lot about my quilts, then you know it was ugly.
She was trying not.
She was
trying to be kind.
She was being, yes.
Which surprises me. No.
You're on fire.
I am fired.
No, because she would be able to laugh at that.
Oh gosh. All
Okay,
right.
I gotta show
Okay.
now you got me. I gotta show you my interesting quilt.
Oh no.
I just finished it last night. I gotta get it quilted though.
Can you go get me the new fabrics with the pretty colors that are by the front door and the only those
as
are
I was-
Cupid dolls.
Yeah.
You young people don't know.
And as I was making this, I realized I
Like
might be
a
making this for a
display
serial
set?
killer.
Those are Cupid dolls?
Yeah, those were Cupid dolls on there.
And what? Cupid dolls?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I didn't. Okay.
So I realized when I was making this, it's probably for a serial killer. This is the trophy quilt that he stole a bunch of aprons for me to make.
Oh yes, yes.
But then as I was making it, I was like, who steals things and has an apron or has a trophy made out of it?
Yeah.
That's like a serial killer thing to
Yeah.
do.
Are these knives going in here?
Those are the pockets, yeah, I don't know.
Did you put kitchen knives in here?
But yeah, see?
So it's ready for quilting.
I gotta quilt it, yeah, but that's...
I love that the aprons are dirty.
Oh, and some of them smell like dough. That's been kind of fun sewing it because you can smell the dough on some of
Oh
them.
my! Well,
But
that
yes.
came out really nice, Brent.
But that's what I've been working on. Not
Right,
nearly
that's
as fancy as
really
your
pretty
stuff.
cool. I like it. Oh,
Oh, can you grab
see,
the quilt that goes with the...
it's a good thing one of us is
No,
on.
there was one.
It should be in the window.
One of us is on shop.
Did you have a
news.
lot planned for today? Because it seems like we're gonna be like taking up all the time showing
Well,
off
you know,
stuff.
whatever I'm gonna do, I can
Okay.
do what I did.
So-
but you know, I go with the
Today,
flow.
because, you know,
and
we're-
if you
well-
don't fit me in today, next time I go first.
Okay.
That's the deal.
Because as Deanna was so nice to
Cupid.
tell us that we have like 51 days till Christmas,
Yes,
we have some great stuff that also came, some pre-cuts.
you need to show that. Well, you're going to soon. You're going.
Yes.
We have
This is a
kit
fat...
quilt that
yeah.
we made up using these.
Yes. This is a fat quarter pack of flannel.
Flannels.
Yes.
Little.
And we got
penguins.
lots of pre-cuts that came
How
in.
much do you think it would take to make a pair of, instead of full PJs, I just want to make PJ shorts. Because I
That-
sweat if these are long. I just want PJ shorts. You think I can do that with back quarters?
Baby.
Can you have a one on the front and one on the back?
I'm tackling the PJ question. Is we'll have that sorted by the end of the week.
Well, you bet.
So here's
I
the
already
quilt.
upped my game on my PJs. I did. And that's
Well-
made with Yellow Brick Road.
Yellow Brick Road with that fat quarter pack.
Yeah.
So it's
So
a nice
it's very
flannel.
cute. You haven't
Yep.
you haven't finished it up yet, but
No, I just have to throw it on
it's
the
not
quilting
quilted
machines.
yet.
Yeah.
But it's very cute. It's a
Yeah.
really cute throw.
Yeah, and that
Made with
and
that
that
fat quarter pack.
and Yellow Brick Road takes 12 fat quarters to make this size, and I think there's 13 in the pack. So there.
You
Yeah.
know,
that-
you could even sew those into PJs.
you could.
But I sweat. I'm gonna have to make shorts. But I want a really pretty ribbon on it, and I want nice little cuffs. Decorative cuffs. And I like my waistband to be a different color than the rest of my PJs.
You sleep in these, or do you go to Walmart?
I hang out in them.
Okay. It's like
That would really make cute PJs.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
all right.
It
And then we
is
have some
flannel, it
pre-cuts.
is. Hi, Ian.
There's some pre-cuts here. These are
Okay,
2.5
now
inch
listen
strips.
up. I got a bad class coming that uses strips. Remember I showed?
Oh,
Did I
yeah.
bring it?
You
I
did.
even have it today. Remember this here?
Okay. Do we
That would be adorable.
and that's not on the calendar yet. We're gonna figure that out probably.
This is going to be a 2-dayer.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, this does not happen in one day. But imagine these. So I already bought me some.
Okay.
And when they're gone,
They're gone.
they're gone. And these are so cute. And it also has matching fat quarters. Show
Yes.
them off. Because guess what you're going to need?
Yeah,
a
'cause-
couple bigger strips.
Because I got this display from Better Text, and like if you buy all these pre-cuts, we'll give you a display. So we went crazy
So
buying
you're going to
pre-cuts.
need to buy this and some of these. And how cute would that be?
It'll be cute.
I've already bought mine, guys. So
Now, keep an eye out. It'll be on the calendar here shortly, hopefully.
well, it'll be. I got so much for you to put on the
I know.
calendar. Your calendars doesn't have enough days in it. That are my days.
And here's another fat
Anyway,
quarter pack.
so
Anyway,
that-
so these
those
are all the
good.
those are a bunch of pre-cuts that came in.
So they're awesome. These are really pretty.
And all of this is currently
These are-
on our website for purchase.
And these
Yes.
are here too.
Except the fat quarter. Well,
The fat quarters are.
we're gonna start doing fat quarter bundles. We can sell those online too.
Yes.
'Cause, like,
Who
individual-
doesn't love a good fat quarter bundle?
Okay.
I bought one of each. That's how bad I was.
All right. So that's all the new stuff that came in. Yay for us.
Is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
There's probably more, but like I said, I got
It's
off
been,
to a.
oh, there is. Danny, can you go get that new little patent that
This,
Yeah.
came in? Okay, guys, let's do the spinning wheel giveaway.
the spinning wheel
And
giveaway.
then I'll turn it over, I promise.
Yeah,
You'll
that's
get
all right.
you into timing because I want to see this. Here's another class that we are going to schedule.
Yes.
Because-
And this will be sooner than later because, well, it's kind of time sensitive given the material.
The good news is I already have a sample done.
So we're going to be doing Christmas stockings.
These are Cindy Dunno.
Claudia's.
Why do
Claudia's
I
cre-
keep saying on her name is Cindy? Claudia.
Because it starts with C. They both start
Claudia
with C.
Creations. You've seen it on. I've showed off one of her Christmas quilts in here. I just love her
So there's like 10. No,
design. I think there's 10 or
there's 10.
12.
There's 10, but you only get 6 on the front and 4 on the back.
Yeah,
So,
okay, so there's 10 different designs in this here. There are multiple hoopings. They use some fabric. She shows us how to do
Is the television going?
She
Oh,
shows
you-
us how
okay.
to do some binding, but I do it a little different. But they're really cute.
Yes.
And of course, with our loomies, we can customize them.
Yes, and
We
it'll
can
be
put a
very-
custom name on them.
Would you have to rehoop in your loomie? How big are
You
they?
do have to rehoop in your
Okay.
loomie. You do. You do.
I didn't know how big they
Because of the size of where the toe is, the total width. But it's easy because we have loomies. But even if you don't have loomies, it can be done. But in the classroom, we have loomies. So this will be getting on the schedule, right, Brent?
Yes. Do we have a sewing gauge? Probably not.
What's a sewing gauge?
The little thing with the slider on it.
were. I'll find you one.
You mean like my hammer?
Yeah, like a little hem gauge thingy.
I have one of those.
Okay, I don't.
Like this?
That's exactly what I'm looking for.
Well,
Yes,
there
we
you go.
got it. We're
How
good.
can you live without one of those? Because mine's pretty beat on.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
She doesn't like my sewing gauge. Well, go get your own.
Well, because it doesn't have millimeters on it. We
Okay.
don't need it. Okay, never mind.
We're doing timing.
Yes, and I wanted something with millimeters so I could show timing.
Does that have? No? Look at us.
What's that?
The wheel.
What?
The wheel.
Are you
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
do
the
the
spinning
wheel.
wheel.
Do the
Let's
the
talk
wheel.
about what this for all you mother cluckers out there.
Mother cluckers?
Mother cluckers! Hi from Florida! Trina! Nice to see you! I want that in class. What, the bag?
Yeah,
Yes.
everybody wants that bag class.
Okay, well, we can do it for Christmas gifts too. It's just there's so much little time. This was the Mother Clucker software package, patent, blah blah blah. The cutest chicken fabric of all time, spinning wheel. You had to say you were a clucker.
Yes.
You had to be a clucker, and now not again. And here we go, and get it spinning fast, and do not stop it more than once. Ed, and give me a dance. Nee, nee, nee. And the winner is
Gene!
Gene! Congratulations,
I think that went
Gene! Woohoo!
Gene B.
Gene B. And here's how it's gonna go. If you're a winner, you gotta contact us within
I don't know.
before next
But
week's
we
show.
know who, yeah, we know who Gene is though.
Yeah, I know.
She's
but
not
I'm
a-
just saying that's
yes.
how it's gonna work from now on.
Yeah,
So we
because
don't have
if we don't hear
difficult-
from you, then we're gonna
we
like.
don't hear from you, then
Moving on.
we're moving on. Yeah, that's what we do because Becky can only stay 1 week at a time.
She's gonna
Congratulations,
take some
Gene.
photos
This is waiting for you, girlfriend. I want to see you done.
All right.
All right,
Oh, so
I was just looking up
catch.
what's my conversion rate.
Woo!
So.
All right, let's go.
1/8 of an inch. All right, I can use your sewing
Turbo
gauge.
tip timing.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna do timing. 1/8 of an inch. That's all I had to look up. Cool. Okay. So that's not much at all. So we're going to talk about timing. And just so
What is timing?
timing, let's see if I can get a good shot of it here.
Because it sounds so scary.
It is. It's like a dark art. It's like I feel like Professor Snape.
You're going to show all the grime in that thing.
Well, it's all right.
It's well used.
It's well loved. All right. If Eddie switches to that camera.
Oh my, let's see if we at least have our little clean.
So.
Ooh,
What timing is
spider webs in there.
so with that coming around, you see that point right there? That is, this right here is your bobbin hook.
Which
sorry.
color is it?
It's right as we come around more. You can
Oh,
kind of see.
yes, yes.
So that's your bobbin hook. So what has to happen is that has to pass behind your needle at a very specific point to grab the thread from the top and get it to
Ooh,
connect with your bobbin thread.
could use this one
So
for cleaning lessons.
what timing is where that hits the needle. So I'm going to continue to roll this around. And
Now that
as
you
I
can
come
see
as I
it.
come down, now you can see right there that the needle just came down. It's hard to see, but you can see right there the needle just came down. And then as the needle starts to come up, you're going to see that that hook passes right behind the needle at a very specific spot. That right there is your timing. Do you see where the hook...
The hook is higher than the needle.
Yes, the hook wants to be higher than the needle.
Oh, it does.
Where did I put that? Right there.
Guys, this is embarrassing. This is how is a good time to clean.
Well, this we chose this machine, so if we screw it up, nobody's going to be upset, which is...
Well, okay.
So what you're going to see is that right there is your timing. So that's your needle, and where that hook passes behind it, that's what they call the timing. Now you can see the eye of the needle right there, and you want the hook to be above the eye of the needle.
Above the eye?
Yes, because if it's below the eye, where is the thread? It's going through the eye of the needle. So if it hits below the eye of the needle, it's not going to pick up your thread, because what's going to happen is that's going to scrape the back of the needle and grab your thread as it goes around. That's all this hook does is grabs your thread from the needle.
From the needle.
And so you have to hit the needle in just the right spot so that it picks it up. So that's timing. There's another element to timing that sometimes gets overlooked. And
So where should that hook be?
right, this is actually in time. This
That's
machine-
in time.
that's
so
what-
it should look like that.
That's what proper timing looks like.
Okay.
And the way you check proper timing, and the reason I wanted a sewing gauge, and I'll show this, we'll zoom out and show you later, is you want to be, I'll show you, we're gonna go back a little bit. Proper timing is the needle comes up, and this is pretty generic, this works with most machines, comes up 3 millimeters from the very, very bottom, so, and as it's 3 millimeters up, the hook of the needle,
From the bottom of this case?
from the very bottom of the stroke.
From the stroke.
The
okay.
very bottom of the stroke, the needle should come up about 3 millimeters, and then when it's up about 3 millimeters, that's where you should see the hook passing behind it. Now, something to keep in mind if you are timing, because you guys are getting all sorts of fun information today, is if you have, look what happens if you have a zigzag machine. Do you see how I move? I could see if you're zigzag, like the center position, you can go left or you can go right.
Yeah.
What happens if I go left? It changes the timing.
Oh dear.
Because as I go left, I have to go. Now, see, this is very important. You see how we're closer to the eye now because I shifted my needle left? Mm-hmm. This is an important thing to keep in mind because depending on your needle position is going to affect if you have to retime your machine. The 3 millimeter rule works for the left needle position,
Not the center.
not the center. You wanna time it to the left.
Oh.
Because you have a window, there's a window of timing.
To the left, to
To
the
the
left,
left.
to the
And this
left.
is- this
I gotta
is-
remember it that way.
And this is
To the
also
left,
interesting
yeah.
why, if you ever look at a machine, you only have your needle's only so wide. 7 millimeters is what they came up with. I think Genomi's, there is a company that will do 9 millimeters wide. The problem is, the reason you can't get much wider than a 7 millimeter width on a zigzag stitch is because,
Oh, I thought you said needle, and I'm like,
no, the width.
okay.
The stitch width, because if you get too wide on your stitch width, the window is too big that you can't get timing on both ends of the zigzag. because timing doesn't have to be dead on perfect. It just has to be in the window. But the wider your stitch gets, the closer you have to be so that it picks it up on both sides of the timing. So you always want to do it to the left, and that's why you come up 3 millimeters, because what you're going to find is on the left side, you're going to see how much closer to the eye of the needle that hook is. Because if it gets below the eye, then it's not going to catch. So that's why you do it on the left side, because that's the point that it's going to be closest to the eye.
Needle all the way to the left.
All the way to the left. Because if we move it to the right, I'm just going to do it by hand now. Look at see how much higher up in the needle that is? And if we timed that 3 millimeters up, what would happen is by the time we got over to the left, the eye of the needle would be above the hook. So that's, so one of the reasons, like I said, that Brother stuck to a 7, that's why Brother has machines that sew sideways. So that they can go wider than a 7 millimeter stitch field, and they feed the fabric back and forth rather than trying to move the needle. Because it's a much easier to time into 7 millimeters. Machines that have a 9 millimeter stitch field, you have to be a lot more precise with your timing. So that's what timing looks like. Any questions? We good? We all learned something interesting here?
I just know what it looks like, but I don't know what to do about it if it's not on.
Bring this all the way up. That's probably not going to let me reset it. Okay. If your timing is off, that's what this is going to hold true for luminaires. I should probably reset that because I moved it to the wrong spot. So like I said, you would set it to the left.
What happened?
You'd set it to the left, and then you would bring your machine up 3 millimeters, and that's about 1/8 of an inch. So
bring your needle up 3
from
millimeters.
the bottom of your stroke. So the way that I will usually do this.
Now your needle's not to the left though right now.
It's not, because I can't put it to the left without restarting it because the motor. But I can restart it real quick.
Yeah, you gotta show us how to do it right.
Okay. I'm gonna give you guys some secrets. And if you do this and you go to like the local guy after you mess it up, and he asks what you did to it, you have to be honest with the tech.
We're not messing it up. We're doing it for fixing it.
Okay. Okay. So what you need to do first. This is.
Woo!
We're gonna zoom out a little bit, and I'm gonna come up, and hopefully I can do it without making you all seasick. When you start,
Too late.
when you start your machine,
Get me off of there, Ed.
oh, we're good right there. That's where I want to be. When you restart your machine, if you hold these 2 buttons down and turn your machine on, and like I said, if you do this, and then you go to your local guy, admit to him what you did.
Why?
Because it's a pain in the ass, pain in the butt, when people mess with their machines and don't tell me what they did, so I don't know what to fix. I don't mind that you mess with your machine. As long as I know what you did, then I know what to look for. So,
I just restarted it with the buttons.
yes, so let's put you into tech mode. And of course, now Brother's probably going to come get mad at me for teaching you all the secrets.
Oh, this is how to get into tech mode. Oh boy, now we're
There's
really
lots
gonna
of stuff
be
in
causing
here. I
trouble.
would not play with this, but if you are working on time, you have to go to 3-point needle drop. And all 3-point needle drop just lets you change your position of the needle. And we're just going to put it all the way to the left, and that's what we're going to do. And you could just turn your machine on and put it all the way to the left, but the 3-point needle drop puts it where it wants to be
She
mechanically.
just wanted to show off the techie part.
I did not want to show the techie part off, because if you're like me, you're going to go play with this, and then you're going to be like, uh-oh.
Deanna has a good question. I don't know. Can
Let's-
we get the out-of-state people get the patent in both packages without being in class? I don't. Deanna, what are you talking about?
For the, maybe for the
bag and the
stockings?
stocking?
I don't know,
The
yeah.
answer would be yes.
Yeah. All right. So now we're all the way to the left, and then I'm just going to show you how to check your timing, because we just went to 3-point needle
Oh.
drop. And why is that
You're
not?
killing me there, Brent. Boo.
I know. Okay. So now what you would do is you come all the way down, and what I typically do is I'll have a 3 millimeter. I actually have a ruler that I put next to it, and then all I do, it's hard. It's going to be hard to do and not get in the way of the camera. Is
What are you measuring? Just.
well, that's what
for
I'm going
us?
to show you.
Okay.
Can I bend this? Will that hurt your feelings?
No.
Okay.
As long as you bend it back.
Well, no, they're made to bend. That's why I
It
asked.
might break.
So what I usually do
Is bend his sewing
is I actually have a
guide.
plastic ruler that works for this.
Bend my sewing guide.
Is I usually have a plastic ruler for this. So you can see right now that the top of the needle bar lines right up,
We're looking at the top of the needle bar.
right there by 6. So you see this 6 right here?
Yeah.
You see that little line right there?
Yeah.
You see how it lines up with that little line right there?
Yeah.
3 millimeters is about 1/8 of an inch.
Okay.
So as I crank this, that's going to come up 1/8 of an inch.
So it's.
So we're 1/8 of an inch up from the bottom.
But my hook isn't where it should be.
Is that 1/8 or 16th? Well, I'm just curious now.
That's an 1/8.
Yeah, see, it's a little
You're
over an inch.
approaching 1/4 of an inch
Yeah,
now.
but well, 3 millimeters, 3.5, 3 to 3.5 millimeters, what you want to look for.
So we should use a millimeter.
Yes, you should be using a millimeter.
Okay.
But do you see how my reference point is here? I'm just going to measure. I'm going to find a point to come up 3 millimeters.
Okay.
So that's all I did, and you can see that we're pretty much right in timing.
Okay.
Because we're all the way to the left, we're up about 3 millimeters, 3.5 millimeters, and the hook's just entering the back of the needle.
Okay.
So we're in timing.
All right.
Now that everybody's bored.
No. So now say we're not though. What do I do if that doesn't happen?
Okay, you got to switch cameras because I don't want to make people sick as we change the view.
Too late.
All right, I'm going to turn this off.
I'm
And
still finding kitty cats in here.
we're going to zoom out.
And it's not like this doesn't get cleaned periodically, but wow, we've got
Okay.
lots of kitties.
Just going to zoom out for a second so I can show you where we're at. So if you're looking at a machine,
Okay, I'm gonna go over here so I'm not in your way.
where you need, so if you're looking at your machine, this is your machine. Now this is going to hold true for a Dream Machine and a Luminaire, and I believe it should also hold true for a Dream Creator.
Quattro?
Not for the Quattro. The Quattro's a little different, but everything after the Quattro. That's big. So all you're going to do is you're going to pop your side panel off, which we've already done. Now this takes the side panel off is these 2 screws here, and there's a screw here, and that panel comes off without a problem. That's all. That's technically all you really need to do to change your timing. If you want, you can
Just take the side off?
to get to the adjustment. Yes.
Oh,
To get to the adjustment.
okay.
We find it easier when we're doing this to take the top panel off as well. And all you want to do is take that off and turn it sideways. Because your screws to adjust it are right here. I'm gonna
Is that a special screw?
angle that back so you can
Looks
see
like a special
that screw right there
A hex or something?
and that screw right there. Those are your 2 screws. What's that?
There's 3 of them.
Yeah, there's 3 of them. There's 3 screws evenly spaced around that shaft. So to change your timing, oh, there we go. That's a good view.
Poor Cindy.
To change your timing, Cindy's famous.
She's working on her pillow.
To change your timing, what you want to do is you would actually loosen. You don't take these out all the way. You just crack them a hair.
So that's a special tool though.
It's just a regular hex head, 2.5 millimeters.
Okay.
A 2.5 millimeter hex. I find the
Sounds
T
like
handles
it's
work.
on there really tight.
Yeah, a T handle makes it easier. And I'm just going to loosen these. Now, what you're going to notice is as I crank this, you'll notice that as I move this pulley is moving. All this pulley, on the back side of this pulley is a belt that goes to the bottom half of your machine. So as the blue turns, this whole thing turns. As I begin to loosen these, what you're going to find, is I'm just going to crack them a little bit. You don't have to take them all the way out, you just have to take them out a little bit. And what I would tell you is one of the tricks is not to go super loose. And so then we're going to go, so there we go. Now, what's going to happen is, now as I turn this, I'm going to hold this so you can see this happen. As I turn this, you'll notice that this pulley's not turning. So we have just screwed the timing up on this. Because
What's all this black stuff in there?
that's probably just stuff from the belts. So that's your timing. All timing is the synchronization of this top shaft with the bottom shaft. And when we loosen these, we've just thrown timing all out of whack. Because by loosening that, we can now move this. You can see that's moving
And the
here,
gear is not-
independent of this. So that's
Not cool.
not good. That's why timing's bad. So our timing is now off.
It's like slippage.
It's been slipped, yes. So what we would do is put the timing where we want it and then just tighten these back down. But just for the fun of it, I'm going to show you now what the timing looks like. here, and we'll zoom in. Now, this is gonna, I don't even know how bad the timing's gonna be on this. Now, what you'll notice, if I hold, I'm gonna hold the pulley we just loosened and turn. Notice how the top is moving without the bottom. If you if you don't loosen them all the way, you can get it so
Oh,
that,
you mean the bobbin, it wasn't moving at all?
yeah, see how the top is moving?
Oh, yes.
And see now I'm moving the gear that we loosened, so that moves that, and I'm moving the top shaft. So they're two. That's independent. They're independent of each other now. So if we were to bring this down, and we already decided that.
And bring it up to where it needs to be.
Yep.
Okay. Ah.
So what you're gonna do?
This is so mechanical.
So we're gonna come down, and then I'm gonna put my measurement here. Hopefully you can see that.
That's sewing gauge.
Yeah, this is the sewing gauge. We're going to be all the way to the bottom, and we're just going to bring it up to about there. So if we're down a little past that, right about there should be, if I had millimeters, I'd be looking at 3.5 millimeters, but I just brought that up to where I want it to be.
Okay.
So now I know that my needle's where I want it to be. So
and
then,
and it's over to the left.
yeah, so and now I'm going to, can you, well, no, that's going to be in the way, never mind. So now I'm going to move the pulley that we loosened. I'm going to now move this
So that the bobbin
so that that hook
is right.
lines up. I went a little far. Lines up with the bobbin, with the
needle.
yeah, the hook. Yeah, I don't know if we're getting a good view of that, but you can see where the
Yeah,
now
I
I've got
can
the I got the hook lined up where it needs to be, but because I'm working in inches and not millimeters, I can actually see, if you look closely, you're going to see that that hook is almost passing about where the eye is at.
Yeah, it's too low.
So I am just going to put it down a little bit.
That's that's what you guys do.
I would actually probably recheck it with a gauge if I was going to do it. But
three millimeters.
3 to 3.5.
I personally haven't measured 3 millimeters since he taught me to.
What it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't even measure anymore.
Yeah, once you know what it looks like, you can be pretty
Okay.
close. Because if
Alright.
you're on the left position, you just want to be above the eye of the needle. The 3 millimeter mark makes sure that you're good all the way across.
Okay.
So that's
To the
about
left, 3 millimeters.
now.
Okay.
Now once you do that,
Tighten those screws,
just
right?
tighten those screws back down. But I want to show you something that's very interesting. Okay. Because
Someone's getting snow tires put on.
okay, let me put that back. I messed up. Okay, can you go back to that one, Eddie? We're going to put this back about where we want it to be. The next thing I'm going to show you all is what happens at least once in your career as a tech. All right, so that's where it should be timed. But you know what else where else it could be for timing? Oh wait, we're turned off, aren't we? No, so it's not going to show up. Okay. One thing to keep in mind is that for every once, in fact, I'm going to tighten this so you can see what I'm about to show you. Watch what happens. And I think I'm out of time like I want to be. So if I go down, always time to the down position. So we're going to come up. Look what happens. You see how the hook is where it should be, but the needle's up?
Yeah. That's
So-
out of time.
No, because the bobbin hook goes around twice for every once that the hook comes down.
It does?
Yep. So hook.
Oh.
So right about there. Okay, I'm timed on the downstroke, not the upstroke. That's another issue I've done more than once. I should admit to all these things that I've done wrong. So I want to make sure that I'm timed on the upstroke. Because if you time it on the downstroke, it will make a mess.
Oh.
So you want to make sure you're coming down and you're on your way back up when the hook passes it by it.
Okay.
That's
That
why
makes
it's.
sense. Yeah.
So now watch what happens. So we're gonna go
We're
hook.
up,
Hook is where the needle should be, and then we come back down,
down.
and we're coming back up, and that's where it catches.
Okay.
So
Up.
up and down. So for every one time the needle goes up, that bobbin hook goes around twice. Now this is a problem. Do you know why? I'm going to show you why. I'm going to put us in test mode. I have to turn us on because these are all electronic now. So on a mechanical machine, you'd see this problem right away. But what happens is, so now what happens is, so I'm down, my feed dog not?
Yeah, Bev says, I don't feel comfortable taking my machine apart like this. So that's why you bring it in, Bev. I wouldn't take mine this far apart either, to be honest with you.
Because this is electronic, the feed dogs are deactivated until you start the machine. I'm going to see if I can get this to run and have the feed dogs go. Because what happens is, yeah, we know there's no legal plate cover.
Also, everything I've seen will tell me not to do this when my machine is plugged in and on.
Yes. Yeah, there's a bunch of
Don't,
sensors in there.
You know, Brent, can we don't do this at home?
You can. Like I said, just if you do this at home, make sure that you tell whoever you bring it to what you've done.
What I like is, it looks like my timing's off. Bring
Yes.
it in.
But what
and have Eddie, the new techie guy, fix it up for you.
Oh, let me get by here for just a quick second.
That's what I suggest.
I don't disagree. But I just want to show the biggest issue that you'll run into, because your timing might be fine. I've seen this happen. I've had a machine come in that the timing looked good, but let me just put this on so I can trick my machine that there's a needle plate on. Why does it not want to? Oh, because the sensor's not there because we took it out.
I don't know, maybe because you're
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is,
parts.
we've stole the part from it already.
You did?
What happens?
This
Yeah.
is a part machine now?
No, we got to put it back in. What happens is the feed dogs go up at a certain point in the rotation. You're not going to see it on this machine because of the fact that they're electronic.
I see them moving up and down.
Oops, we got to fix that. There we go.
Yeah, those are going up on the needles.
Yeah, there you go. So that 180 degrees, if you'll notice, the feed dogs go up for every one time and down for the other rotation of the hook. If you have it 180 degrees at a time, what happens is, and in fact,
Meaning you didn't time it on the way up, you timed it on the way down?
well, no. Even if you time it, what happens is you timed it on the wrong one. So you see how the needle's up
Yeah,
and the hook's there,
yeah,
the needle's down and the hook's there.
yeah.
Well, in this case, we want the needle to be there instead of the other place. We're 180 degrees out because the hook's there, but the needle's up. And as the needle comes down, the hook comes around again. But what's happening, if you notice the feed dogs are now up at the same time that the needle's down.
And they should have been down.
And they need to be down. Because if your feed dogs are up and your needle's down, what's going to happen when it tries to feed? The feed dogs are going to fight with the needle. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So when you're timing, and this I've seen this where the timing looks good.
but it's not because the feed dogs are going up while the needle's
Yeah,
going down.
because the feed dogs are up while the needle is down.
So the feed dogs need to match my needle?
No, the feed dogs want to be down when your needle's up.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the feed dogs want to be down when your needle. Yes, you're right. The feed dogs want to be down when the needle's down and up when the needle's up.
Phew, yeah, I was right.
Because
Guess
this one is 180 degrees out of time.
Gotcha.
Because
And that's because you just
we did
fixed it.
Yes. So this can happen if you try and fix it yourself. It's something.
Yeah.
This is probably the number one thing I run into when people try to do their own timing. That's why I tell you, if you do try this at home, it's not a problem. Just and you run into trouble and you're talking to a tech, let the tech know what you've done. Because right away, if somebody said, I tried to do the timing and now it doesn't feed properly,
Yeah.
I would know right away that all you've
The
done,
feed dogs.
I'd be like, you almost made it, just retime it
Yeah,
180 degrees.
yeah.
Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Down, needle down.
Yep,
Needle
so to-
up, feed dogs
So to
up.
fix this, all I would do is I would line that up about there, loosen my screw here,
And rotate the
and I'm
bobbin
gonna leave my
forward.
needle where it's at and rotate my bobbin hook one complete revolution.
Okay, because it.
Yep.
Okay.
So
You're
now-
skipping over that.
Yep. So now it should be about where it wants to be. And I'm just kind of eyeballing this. I'm gonna, for the sake of brevity. So now that comes up. Feed dogs are up. Feed dogs down. Needles are down.
Alrighty then.
So that's
Ooh,
timing.
That's not that easy, Brent. Just saying.
So that's-
It's easy for you. It's not easy for us.
So that
Just
is the-
saying.
Is that getting that ready? Okay. So yes, that is the dark art of timing. It's actually not that bad.
It is the dark side of timing.
But-
I suggest we peek. If it looks like it might be out, we bring our machines in. That's what I'm going with.
If you have so, well, I wanted to show this because I had somebody call me up from California because
Yeah, well, some people can.
they saw one of the videos where we took it all apart and they're like,
Yeah.
well, how do I do this?
Yeah. So,
And because they had a husband that was adventurous.
well, some
and
people,
some people
are
are.
good at that.
Yeah, some people are adventurous.
Tinkering.
Yeah.
For one, every time I've opened my machine to tinker, I end up
And
bringing
the
it in
and the
anyway.
worst thing
Just
you're gonna
saying.
and the worst thing you're gonna do if you do tackle this at home, the absolute worst thing you're gonna do is mess up the timing.
Yeah.
But if you check it before you start and the timing is already broken, is already off,
Right. What do you got?
you
to
haven't
lose?
messed anything up.
What would cause my timing to get messed up?
Biggest culprit is going to be you hit something.
Oh, like a pin?
I've seen people hit rulers or the edge of a hoop or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That-
and that jams it or something?
It basically it jams the needle and the hook keeps going, so it skips a cog on the belt.
Oh, okay.
There's a
All right.
whole
Well, I'm
nother-
hoping I didn't do that.
There's a whole other issue. If you do check your timing, always make sure that the needle's going all the way down. On a long arm, this is for all you long armers out there. This concept is very similar on a long arm, except on a long arm, I hardly ever see the timing out. What happens on a long arm is the needle, the bar that goes up and down with the needle, that gets jammed up. So the needle's not coming all the way down.
Okay.
So you could see on the timing that it was specific to how high the needle comes up, where the hook comes across. Well, if the needle's not coming down all the way, then the hook's going to hit the wrong spot.
I see.
So on a long arm, the first thing you want to check if you're out of timing is that your needle is coming, is what they call needle bar height, that the needle is coming all the way down.
All the way down.
I've never seen that.
Okay.
I've never seen that happen on a sewing machine. I'm not going to say it doesn't.
Okay.
On a sewing machine, it's usually the timing. On a long arm, the timing almost never goes out. It's actually the needle bar height,
Yeah.
which is one of those things that nobody ever talks about because everybody's like, "Oh, we've got to time the machine."
Yeah.
Because everybody times their long arms. I don't know what it is about long arm people that like to play with timing.
They like to. Yeah.
And like I said, 9 times out of 10, my experience
They
has been.
probably are hitting all sorts of rulers.
Yeah, you hit a ruler with a
with
long arm.
That's
It's
probably
not throwing
why.
the timing out. It's jamming the needle back up.
Okay, all right.
Anyway.
Good. Well, thank you for that timing lesson. Woohoo.
Probably way more information than anybody wanted.
Well,
But hey,
hey, now we have it.
somebody wanted it, so here it is for you.
Yeah. So I don't have time to get through my whole thing today.
Okay.
But and I will need the other machine.
I can move that real quick.
But I can talk about a few things in the meantime. We did a pillow class last Saturday that turned into a 2-day class, a Saturday-Sunday class, because Becky just got too excited about showing off everything we could do on our machines. One of the things we did, this is just the front of her pillow. The goal for the class was to use existing designs that are on our machines already, show how to resize them without ruining our stitch density. We also added a quilting motif around the center, and then the plan was to show them how to drop other designs along the border. But that's not what happened, because Becky took a poll and said, how many people know how to use the sassing feature on their luminaires, and nobody had done it. So then, of course, I had to turn it into a sashing class as well, because I don't know when to stop myself. I know.
So, well, yes,
definitely want to do this class
Saturday
again,
afternoon
but it's
turned into Saturday and Sunday.
And from now on, I love showing this stuff, but I think we're going to make some changes. We're going to do two different classes. One is going to be on the pillow front.
Okay.
One's going to be on the pillow back, because then we get to the back, and of course, I'm thinking just going to do some straight line quilting.
Mm-hmm.
Becky, we'd like to quilt it with the motifs that we have in these beautiful machines. And I went, oh my gosh. I don't blame him one bit, because if it were my pillow, frankly. So now I'm upping the game on the pillow class.
Then the pillows came out nice, the ones I saw.
There are so many more designs in this machine.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was picking, not everybody. I've got to tell you guys, if you don't own an embroidery machine, please don't be afraid to come to class. We had new faces in this class. We had a wonderful time. Everybody came away with a work of art. I'm not kidding. A work of art. So I know some of you were kind of wandering through on Saturday and going, well, I don't know how to use these machines. And I'm thinking, that's exactly why we want you to come to class. We will show you how to use the machines. We will even those of you who already have the machine. I don't think there was anybody who didn't learn something, including me. Including me. That's why I love them. I learned from them. They learned from me. It's a win-win. So, but anyway, so we're going to do two different things. Why are you staring at
I
me
was
so
looking
funny?
at your vest.
Oh, it's my hoity-toity gift from my husband.
Oh,
Pebble Beach.
I was gonna say it looks really fancy. I was trying to figure out what the
We
logo was.
might have done a kitchen for someone important at Pebble Beach.
Oh.
Just saying. So lots of Pebble Beach wear.
I couldn't imagine your husband doing that just so he could get an excuse to go play Pebble Beach. I imagine.
He did play it, and he's got some videos of him playing it, saying some not so nice words. Just saying. He goes, I didn't know they were filming me. I was glad to see him. I'm like, whoa! I didn't even know my husband had that in him. When he goes to me, he doesn't talk like that. Just saying.
I caddied for a summer.
He has. They have.
And,
Yeah.
I caddied for a summer, and I will tell you, I didn't realize adults swore as much as they did till I caddied in them.
So you caddied.
Because growing up,
He
you know,
doesn't talk
my
like
dad,
that.
my dad,
when I'm golfing.
yeah, my
with him.
dad is one of those that didn't swear much,
Yeah.
but when he did, your jaw dropped and like I guess he's serious.
I'm like, wow, he's
So
really
so
bombing.
if you grow up with that and then you go and caddy,
Yeah.
it's a cultural eye
Yeah.
opener.
Well, anyway, so he just got back, so I have lots of. I really like this because it's my kind of color, you know.
Yeah, it looked good. I just
You know,
completely
I get
sidetracked.
it.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's okay.
So go back to what you're
All
doing.
right, so we're going to change up the class.
Okay.
And the reason I want to discuss this is because when we go to do the back, we're going to just do a back.
Okay.
Now, the reason is I'm going to do more fronts. I'm going to do a paper piecing class using a pillow front.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use an applique class using a pillow front. What else do I have lined up?
So basically,
The whole idea is I'm going to keep building on your skills using a pillow.
so a pillow is basically an excuse to make a quilt block that you then
Yes.
turn into a pillow, rather than like, what do I do with this block now that I've made it?
Yes.
Stuff a pillow in and call it a throw pillow.
When you see, in fact, Eddie, can you bring up, so somebody was nice enough to send me their completed pillow. This was Teresa, I think I'm allowed to say her name. This was her. She brought in the cutest fabric, and you'll see, look how now,
Yeah.
do we have the pillow back too? Because this is where we shine. There's the pillow back. Can we see? There we go. See the zippers underneath that flap?
Yeah.
She's got some headless reindeer there. We're gonna work on that.
I'm sure
Figure
Teresa
that
doesn't
out.
care. So
She will
why-
now
so
because
we
I
don't.
pointed it out.
I know. Now she's gonna be like, damn it! I gotta make another pillow back.
But see how she did 3 different
You could Sharpie some heads on there.
fabrics? No, we're not going to. And I was encouraging them to bind their pillows. Can we see the front again, Ed? Because I said it just. Now keep in mind she does not have the right pillow insert. We had a whole discussion on pillow inserts
Yes.
too. This is what she calls the cheapo pillow insert. I told them go to Pottery Barn. Their pillow inserts are to die for.
Okay.
They are the bestest out there. They go on sale. That's when you stockpile them. But
Just
anyway.
a quick note. Yeah, Bev, the designs in the machine.
These are all built-in
Yeah, these
designs.
are Luminaire designs, but you certainly are going to have some in your dream machine that you could use as
Well,
well.
come to class and you got the Luminaire.
Yeah, but you would be able to do this with the dream machine.
And I
designs,
have found so many more.
Because
I have found so many
it's
more
just
since
the-
I looked at this.
because the dream machine will have the bigger designs
Thank
to
you,
allow you to do the bigger
Rhonda.
blocks.
I think it actually did.
Yes.
And you
I'm just
you
saying.
can make them into
Yes.
wall hangings, Jean. That's a good point
Yep.
too. You absolutely can make them into wall hangings.
And so, how did Teresa stuff this pillow? Because you were saying.
She's got to get the right insert. This is
Oh.
a cheesy insert. But see how she also she wanted to learn borders and all around a reindeer.
Mm-hmm.
I showed her. So that's why this class sort of went on and on and on. Because I'm like, oh, yeah, let's show you how to make a custom border, too. But she not only bound her pillow, but she did it with bias binding. Because that was, I said, Teresa, you know what would look really good is if you use this stripe on the bias. And
my
everybody always
gosh.
goes, ugh.
You're just making it more
But then
difficult, more
she
difficult.
did it. No, it's beautiful.
It is. It's beautiful. I'm just saying.
And it's just one of many.
You're turning it into like a lot of work.
Well,
but it's beautiful.
It's
Supposed to
a
be a
learning tool. It's a
Yeah.
learning tool. Well, now it's going to be 2 days. The back, but you can do the back techniques.
And then
for
in 2
many
days is going to
different
turn into a
things.
week. It's like, but we
No.
spent 3 days on the binding alone.
No, I didn't do a binding class.
I know.
I didn't. I sent them on their merry way to do their binding. But anyway,
So we're gonna do a series of classes.
we are. I promised them that the next one we would do is how to scan in and make your appliques.
Yes, that's actually also going to be next month's Luminaires Owners
So maybe
Club.
we'll piggyback that one.
Yeah, because we just did Luminaires Owners Club last week, and and we got into stamps, and that led to.
And I used.
Yeah, and then that got into how do we do applique. So next
Yep.
month, if you're interested, it's on the calendar already. It's in a couple weeks, I think. It was this month. Well,
Yeah.
it might not be on the
Owners-
calendar, but
owners-
look for it.
Owners think takes about you do it.
We try to do it in
hour.
about an hour.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll piggyback off of that again,
Okay.
and
So the Saturday class.
we're going to take it
yes.
up a notch
Yes. So.
because that's what we do.
But yeah, the next Owners Club, which I just remember,
Okay.
it's not on the calendar. It will be for the first week of December,
Yeah.
I think.
And
But keep
we'll
an eye
get the
out for
paper
it.
piecing
Yeah.
one in there, and we'll get the pillowback one in there.
Yeah, okay.
So that's
Anyway.
awesome. Good. We're trying to coordinate. So I don't have what I wanted to show today.
Yes.
Is because we had trouble in class, and I figured out what not to do. I figured out what I was doing was right. I was just telling them something
Wrong.
to use something I should never have told them to use.
Yeah.
So I want to cover how we do a beautiful sashing. I got to use the word sashing. I call it border, but for us to do it on a machine, we have to use the word sashing. Border to the machine is something different. But I'm going to have to wait till next week because we're out of time.
Okay, and I won't take near as much time next week because I won't bore
No,
everybody with weird
you
technical
won't.
stuff.
It'll be me. But can I tell you how much I love this?
I think we just got another one of those in. Those are coming in slowly, a little at a time.
This is the new 10-inch magnetic hoop. If you don't have a plethora of dime hoops and you're looking at starting the magnetic hoop thing,
Start with that.
this one, well, I like the other one.
I was
the
going to say,
7 by
because you
14
can get
too,
like
but
3 dime hoops for the price of that thing.
you can, but when you see me use it,
Oh, I know. It's a nice tool.
I'm doing the cup of cheer classes.
Yep.
This thing is fabulous.
Yes.
I love everything about it. Yes, Danny.
Is that the one that came with the upgrade?
This came, well,
There
you can
is
buy it separately or you can buy it with an upgrade.
There was an upgrade package, depending if you're the
Yeah.
local dealer. Depending on your local dealer, because I know some of you are watching this from afar. But there was a upgrade package deal that included the hoop and the upgrade, depending on your dealer, with the cost on it. But generally speaking, you should have been able to save a couple $100 by buying them together.
Buying them together.
But I will tell you, from our experience, I've had the upgrades to start coming in. I've only seen 2 of these hoops so far. So they're not shipping together.
No.
But
And
talk to your local dealer.
Bought it as a package,
Yes.
but then I said I don't want these
And
in
what
the
we're
classroom, and now I'm like, ooh, that was a dumb idea.
and what we're doing
we
is
need these in the classroom.
And what we're doing is, as the upgrades come in and people are looking for them, we're selling the upgrades, and then we'll give you the discount on the hoop when it comes in.
Oh, good.
But
'Cause we need them.
Yeah, but every deal is going to be a little bit different, so I don't want to tell you that's
Yeah.
how your dealer's doing it. But
Yeah.
if you're interested, I think that deal is still available. Talk to your local dealer, and you can save a couple $100
And
on
we
that
are
hoop
starting
by
to
getting it with the
get
upgrade.
them in, which is nice.
Yeah,
But they are so strong.
there's a tool for that.
There is a tool, and poor Teresa used one during class, and I forgot my tool. It was in my bag, and it was in my bag the whole time. And I said to her, "I can't believe I forgot my tool." I didn't forget
That's
my
good.
tool, but they're easy to manipulate once something's in them. It's just
She's got kitten wrists. Don't listen to her.
But she forgot her tool and she has kitten wrists.
That's what she said.
yeah. And I put this on backwards too, so that's not good. But oh well. But anyway, so next week I will demonstrate with this why I love it so,
Yeah.
and I will also show you how to successfully put a beautiful. They call it sashing, a beautiful border on my pillow. And next time we do backs for the pillow class, busy installing all the new edge-to-edge updates on these machines, and that pillow back will include edge-to-edge built-in designs.
Anyway, is that all
Be
we
there
got?
or be square.
I think that's all we got. I hope you all learned something today.
I hope they did.
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
like I said, I got kind of technical. Like I said, if you're handy with a screwdriver, have at it. I have message me on Facebook on the weekends if you can't get a hold of me in this
He
job.
never answers, so.
I do.
No, he doesn't answer us.
I
Oh.
do.
All right, sign
Anyway,
us out.
anyway,
Chief.
thanks for watching another episode of Shenanigans with Brent and Becky. Join us again next week for all sorts of fun, so on. and be excellent to each other.
Woo!